Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. So, I didn't plan to make this video, but there's a situation that is escalating, and I'm sorry. I'm going to try and be careful about this video because my attention is going to be in multiple places. I'm walking, making sure I don't run into traffic, and then I got to hold this phone straight and focus on the topic. So there's a lot going on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesday, I went to the tribunal because the Home Office withdrew my Section 95 support. Not only did they withdraw my Section 95 support, which is the payment, but they also withdrew my asylum claim. Now, when I went to the tribunal on Wednesday, the judge made clear at the tribunal that I didn't qualify for Section 4 support because I'm not a failed asylum seeker. Section 4 support is for failed asylum seekers. And at the tribunal hearing, we received that decision the same day. Now, I didn't celebrate the decision on that day because I wanted to see if a decision was going to be sent via email and if that decision was going to be altered. And sure enough, it was. I received a marked up decision that crossed out Section 95 support and that put Section 4 support. Ladies and gentlemen, this isn't the judge's decision. The judge specifically stated that my Section 95 support was being reinstated. An asylum seeker who has their claim withdrawn is not a failed asylum seeker because their claims have never been adjudicated. A judge or a tribunal has not determined their claims. A caseworker hasn't looked at their claims and found them to be an asylum seeker or not to be an asylum seeker. And the judge supported her decision with a case. And I'll attach that case in the description box below. But when I received my decision, Section 95 was crossed out, pinned out, and Section 4 was put in. And the reason why they put Section 4 in, this is Irish American intelligence agencies that are doing this, or persons that have access to my email account, is because Section 4 comes with conditions. You have to abide by their conditions. These are stringent conditions, or they'll withdraw your support. So basically, that's what they're trying to do. Just as what they did at Queen's University Belfast. At Queen's University Belfast, they gave me stringent conditions that I couldn't upload videos to YouTube. I couldn't discuss political issues on my YouTube account. And when I continued, they said I couldn't protest. And when I protested, they decided to suspend me from the university. There's something illegal happening in Northern Ireland, and Irish American intelligence agencies are behind it. And the police service of Northern Ireland is behind it as well. Now, to continue, another aspect of Section 4 is that you are required to move from your location where you currently live. But I already have housing, so there's no reason for them to move me. And the only reason why Irish American intelligence agencies are trying to move me is because I've been speaking about transnational repression. I won't shut up. And they're trying to isolate me to facilitate abuse. They're also trying to move me because I have a human rights claim in the high court. And I'm going to go to the court on Monday, and I'm going to ask the court to rule for me, an emergency petition to ask the court to rule that I stay in Belfast, because this is getting out of hand. This illegal behavior is getting out of hand. These Irish American intelligence agencies are breaking the law. They're engaging in political persecution, and they won't stop. All they have to do is stop. If they want somebody to shut up, then they need to stop. You can't continue to press, bully, bully, and then expect for a person not to talk about it. You want a person to lay down and accept your illegal conduct and your illegal behavior, and that's just not something I'm going to do. So, again, they marked up the decision. I have evidence. It's in the public's interest. I have evidence on Wednesday that the judge specifically stated Section 95. We did not once talk about Section 4 support. The Home Office can't substitute its decision for the tribunal's decision. We would have to go back to court in order for it to do that. The judge specifically stated that my Section 5 support should be reinstated. There's something illegal happening. There is Irish American intelligence agencies or some iteration, some cyber hackers that have access to my email accounts and that have been, again, I'm going to upload the decision so you can see that someone altered it. Now, I'll redact it, so any black redactions are actually coming from me. But the pinned up decision is, sorry, my nose is running. It's cold out here. The pinned up decisions is coming from somebody who marked the decision. And it was not the tribunal. Now, me and my solicitor, Priscilla Udu, or my legal representative, we were so excited on Wednesday when the judge said she's reinstating my Section 95 support that we spoke about it at length and we talked about it. So for there to be any discrepancy about what the judge said and her decision is just, I'm baffled by that, right? And so yesterday on Friday, I went to Priscilla's to speak to her, and I said, Priscilla, there's something about this decision. You remember the judge specifically said that she's reinstated my Section 95 support. Oh, I'm so sorry. My nose is running so bad. Oh my God, I don't. It's so cold out here. She said, I said, Priscilla, there's something with this decision. The judge said that she's reinstated Section 95. Why is this marked up? Priscilla, she acknowledged that there was something suspect with the decision. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what has been happening. Like I said, they did the same thing at Queen's University, Belfast. When I sought to write my dissertation on transnational repression, they put me under stringent conditions. They said I couldn't protest. They said I couldn't upload videos to YouTube. They said I couldn't speak to anybody about my case. They were basically censoring me. And now they're trying to do the same thing. They're trying to isolate me to facilitate abuse. They're trying to move me out of my apartment when I don't have any problem in the apartment that I currently live in. And that's the reason why they're trying to move me, is they're trying to isolate me to facilitate abuse. They're trying to violate my human rights. In the Northern Ireland Human Rights Commission, they should be ashamed that they've allowed this to go on for so long. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you why they're allowing it to go on for so long. Because Irish American intelligence agencies that are pro-Palestinian, they're telling the Northern Ireland Human Rights Commission that I'm anti-Muslim, and I'm not. I could care less one way or another about a person's religious beliefs. But this is the only way that they can, put into circulation these lies about me. And they know that the Northern Ireland Human Rights Commission is pro-Palestinian, and that they have a soft place in their hearts for the Palestinian people. They also know that employees at the Northern Ireland Human Rights Commission, such as David Russell and Ivanka and Tova, are pro-Palestinian. And they know that I'm standing with the Jewish community, and they've done everything that they can, ladies and gentlemen, everything that they can to bully me into a box. So if I say communist or something, and they're trying to bully me into a box to where that is connected to pro-Palestinian. Why can't I support Jewish people, talk about socialism, and be an anti-racist at the same time? Why does it have to be black and white to these intelligence agencies? That is what I don't understand. They're so black and white. They want to pigeonhole a person because, they think in ink blots, And so, I don't know what, I think on Monday I'm going to draft a legal complaint to the court. I'm going to let the court know what's happening, the developments that's happening, and then we'll see what the court says. Doing an ex parte